All right, today we are cracking the code on something pretty amazing in the e-commerce world, the brand Lone Fox. We're going to pull back the curtain and see how they've built this incredible machine that turns YouTube views into completely sold-out collections of high-end antiques.
I mean, seriously, think about that question. In a world with endless choices online, how does one guy, a creator named Drew Scott, create so much hype that these unique, expensive items literally vanish in minutes? It sounds kind of impossible, but trust me, it's happening over and over again.
And here's the secret sauce. This is the whole point of our explainer today. The magic isn't just about good lighting or clever marketing. No. It's a masterclass in building deep, real, authentic trust with an audience, and then converting that trust into sales that happen at lightning speed. So to really get how the sales work, you first have to understand where that trust comes from. And it all starts with the journey of the founder, Drew Scott, as he evolved from just another creator into something way more powerful.
He became what you'd call a tastemaker. Now, a tastemaker isn't just some influencer showing you cool stuff. It's someone with so much authority, so much credibility, that you trust their taste completely. So much so that you're willing to pay a premium and even jump through hoops, like, say, not being able to return anything, just to own something they've picked out.
And this timeline really shows you how he built that authority step by step. He started out as a super relatable DIY YouTuber, building a loyal community. Then he took on these massive personal projects like renovating his 1929 Spanish home, and he showed everyone the entire process. This wasn't just content, it was proof of concept. And then, and this is the key part, he shifted into being an expert educator before finally launching Lone Fox, which just felt like the most natural next step. And he doesn't just show you what he found, he teaches you how to find it yourself. He gives away the secrets, incredibly specific professional tips. He's literally telling his future customers how to spot value out in the wild. It's this wild strategy of radical transparency. By telling you how the magic trick is done, he proves he's a real magician. And that makes you trust his own curated, high-margin finds even more.
Okay, so the trust is baked in. Now let's look at the actual business model, because Lone Fox is running on this brilliant two-track strategy that is the key to the whole operation.
So on one side, you have the regular home goods. Think of this as the reliable backbone of the business, always in stock, easy to get, and it provides that steady, predictable revenue. But then, on the other side, you have the vintage collection. This is the main event. The exclusive, one-of-a-kind stuff that creates all the excitement and all the buzz.
And this table is where the strategy just pops right off the page. Look at the massive difference in risk for you, the buyer. For the normal home goods, it's super low risk, right? You get free shipping on big orders, you've got a 30-day return window. But for the vintage and antique stuff, the tables are completely turned. All the risk shifts to the buyer. You pay for shipping and, this is the big one, absolutely no returns or exchanges.
So you might be asking, how on earth do they pull off a high-risk, no-return policy like that? Well, it only works because of the way they sell these items. So let's dive into the mechanics of the vintage drop, which is the high-speed event where all this energy comes together.
The whole thing is designed from the ground up to create pure urgency. It is a literal race against every other person watching, and the rule couldn't be simpler. The first person to get through checkout wins. It's FOMO, the fear of missing out, turned up to 11.
And here is a little technical detail that just pours gasoline on the fire. The Lone Fox store doesn't have a cart hold. That means just putting something in your shopping cart does absolutely nothing. It doesn't save it for you. Someone else can still buy it right out from under you until your payment has fully 100% gone through. So it's not a race to add to cart, it's a frantic race to the finish line.
So if you want to play the game and win, what do? You have to prepare. The serious buyers treat it like a sporting event. You get on the email list so you can see the sneak peeks and plan which items you're going for. You take Drew's own advice and you measure your space beforehand so you don't hesitate. You create an account, pre-save all your payment info to shave off those precious seconds, and you go into it knowing, fully accepting that all sales are final.
And that's what it all comes down to. When you boil it all down, the real genius of the vintage strategy is this. They have successfully transferred pretty much all of the financial and logistical risk from themselves, the business, directly onto you, the buyer. They have just engineered that problem right out of their business.
So how many returns do they allow on a vintage piece? 0. Zilch. Nada. It is completely non-negotiable. And it's only possible because of that mountain of trust that Drew Scott already built.
And look, they're not trying to hide this. It is stated right there, clear as day on the website. They are making the policy an explicit upfront part of the deal. It's just another layer of that radical transparency we were talking about.
So, what can we all learn from this incredible model? Let's distill it all down into a clear playbook. The key takeaways you can actually use from the Lone Fox strategy. First up, build real authority by teaching your audience, not just selling to them. Second, run a two-speed business model to get both stability and excitement. Third, you've got to master the art of transferring risk, especially for unique items. Fourth, create real urgency with events that have clear, simple rules. And finally, your goal is to change your audience from passive viewers into active participants with a hunter's mentality.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. For a business like Lone Fox, those years spent building deep, authentic credibility, that wasn't just fluffy marketing stuff. That trust is the entire strategy. It's the most powerful business tool they have, allowing them to do things that would be totally impossible for anyone else. Which leaves us with one big question to chew on. In this new world of e-commerce, with AI and algorithms everywhere, is this kind of deep, authentic, human expertise becoming the most valuable currency of all? It's a powerful idea to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.